Hey everyone, welcome back to Evony with Genghis. Battlefield today. Glitch, obviously. Couldn't see enemy power. Actually is a big problem in Battlefield. As you're scouting, you got to spend that extra second opening up, clicking on details to see where they're at. We interrupt this video for breaking news. During my Battlefield, I received updates on how Neo was doing. So just for frame of reference, let's look back to a time when Neo dominated another top alliance in the game. So you can see here, Neo just taking the rallies. Complete domination. Now, what's happening today? He is fighting against Glorfindel, who might be his best opponent yet. GOT, the C1 champions, probably the top alliance, most respected in the game. Glorfindel was the founder of RSP and since transferred over to GOT. And you can see here that this went pretty well. Let's take a look at what Neo's buffs are up to now. So very nice indeed. And Glorfindel is nothing to sneeze about. 4256 archer attack. And let's see what else we got here. So then Neo tells me, or someone in Neo's alliance, C1 champs versus, I don't know, what are we, C5 or 6? But you are Neo. What is the score? Because he didn't show me yet. So let's look. And this was the score, you could see halfway through. So much love for Neo in the community. And now, welcome back to our feature presentation, VLC's Battlefield Recap. Above, you can see an active Aptoid code. It's active for another 6 days. So basically May 1st to the 7th of every month, there will be Aptoid code. So as I was saying at the start of the Battlefield, I actually first got this tip that this glitch started happening on App Gallery a couple days ago. People couldn't see power. And now, I don't know why it spreads like that, but now obviously it's on every operating system because I have it on iPhone now. So you can see the start of the battle, me and the Queen there. We rush over to the enemy sand pit and try to get a few quick licks in. We went with an ultra small lineup today and paying dividends. We are undefeated in like 2.5 months in Battlefield now. In BOG. BOC is a different story. It's more difficult for us because, you know, the other teams tend to have a bit of rally capacity and can just hold on and wait for buffs if we don't get them quick enough. So it's a battle. Anyways, here we are going for all the easy troops at the start. This was one of those veteran, experienced Vietnamese opponents where everyone was T1 trap, but a little bit overbuilt up top. So we could kind of crush the top troops and then say, well, have fun with your T1s. Anyways, these guys were fun to play against. They also had another K45 on their side and then a couple other K40 pluses like 42, 41. And that's what we had as our second biggest keep today also. And here you're going to see a little mistake by me. Laziness, basically. I get a siege solo on the guy and the guy sat for it. So I was like, whatever. I'm not speeding my arch. I'll just send it in there. Don't feel like wasting speeds, even though I got like 50,000 of them. And they do a port swap on my solo. And yeah, so end up losing that. There's the report coming up now. There's the swap in live time. And well, not live time because there's a recap. But anyways, as it happened there on the replay. And yeah, so that hurt. Lost that attack. But luckily we had a big advantage. Didn't end up hurting too much. We went in with, I think, 6 members. And here's one. I remember this. Scouting this guy and being like, man, I should have just hit him. And he left and I never found him again. And this is our alliance specialty coming up here. I see a rally coming. We don't even have to talk. We don't have mics on Wednesday on BOG. And I just hover over. I know my boy Runge is going to move here. And I'm going to end up swapping in. I think it was our only swap of the day because these guys, they didn't have too much rally capacity. And we took it out early, all the fillers. And then also, and they actually did okay on that. Like they sent T11 siege, so they didn't risk too much power on it. And then, of course, once you do a swap or so, the jig's up. They're not falling for it too many more times. Unless they're a one-trick pony, like that's their only move. I think that's how Neo's beating some of these top alliances. Like these alliances forget the basics of the game and they just keep rallying, and it's worked for them for years. So why wouldn't they think it would keep working? And he's just using their power, their rally size against them. But he's one of a kind. So anyways, back to the action here. I end up porting beside them, and I'm like, let's just take out the rest of their rally fillers here and get rid of all the high troops, all the easy points, get them off the board and force them to come after us. And that's what eventually ends up happening, is we put them in a situation where, you know, we only got like 6 people, and we only got a couple people who they can actually target and attack easily. And they're on their heels now, and now they're in desperate mode, and they start to go after buildings. Then they have to start making attacks, and that's the advantage of getting the lead early. So it's super important to jump out to a little bit of a start in Battlefield. It does force the team to get out of their comfort zone, and they have to, you know, do some attacks they don't want to do. They have to do a style they don't want to do. Everyone just wants to sit and rally. Like you could see, that's what these guys were prepared to do, because that is the most prominent style. And I know that our style, port swap, move around, solo, dodge, is super, super annoying to play against. And checking on the score there, you can see we have a little bit of a lead. Not too much, but the score, we're not, you know, 20,000, 25,000 point lead when, you know, the final score is only going to be 200,000, 150,000 is a big deal, as opposed to when you're talking about teams that score millions. Then, you know, that really isn't insurmountable. But in these type of battles where, you know, 1 billion power equals 1,000 points, it's pretty hard to come by those points when they're just not there on the battle. But we will have to change our style. Shalons is coming up, and we're well aware that this style doesn't work in Shalons. We have to be a united team. We have to rally. We will get back into that, but Shalons just isn't our alliance specialty. Let's say that. So we'll hopefully be able to hang on for second place at least 3 times and maybe pull out 1 victory and maybe get round of 64, but I doubt it, because we've gotten worse over the years and we've never got round of 64. We're always like in the 65 to 80 area. So I would guess we won't get there, but you know, we'll play, we'll do our best and see what happens with that. But like I said, Shalons isn't our alliance focus. And here's Ken. Ken arrives. Ken's one of our favorite swap targets, because he is a favorite of the enemy. The enemies love to attack Ken for no reason other than, you know, he's like 8 billion, and I think he might be K40. What's it say there? No, he's K39. But anyways, 39, 7, 8 billion. That is a prime target that people love to attack. So I'm just ready. I'm like, okay, there's Ken. I'm just going to hover over him and get ready for a swap. But they end up not doing it. They were only trying to solo him. And they did land a couple, but Ken actually had really good defense. There's one there. And he's improving a lot and fixed that wall general. And anyways, another fun BOG for us, and hope you guys had fun. Looking forward to the double battlefields on the weekend. The wife is not. Like, subscribe, leave a comment.